medical
Like
treatment or
home
care?
Like
Who does that?
housekeeping or lawn care or grocery shopping? That's a great question.
Well, I think that they try to draw from the existing supports, you know, maybe at the intake, you find out what those supports are and where the gaps are, and then how you can pull in family or volunteer or community support first and work from that.
Mm-hmm. There's also Buurtzorg, which is a personal services sort of arm of Buurtzorg with lesser skilled people.
And I think that was kind of what we were thinking as well, is it sounds like you have the nurses doing, you know, the showers and cooking meals, getting them dressed. So beyond that, I get, you know, who pays for when they need housekeeping. You know, we look at the whole picture, and to stay in someone's house, you know, yep, they need the medical needs met, they need a shower, but they also need someone to clean, someone to, you know, sit with them, that sort of thing. And, you know, we can pay for, right now through PCA, having someone come in and do that. Just wondering how that is done.
Maybe you're not sure. You could answer that.
Well,
yes, we have, I think, the healthcare part. So that's what Buurtzorg is doing. But they also, when for example, doing shoppings is a regular problem, then they also try to find the solution for that. So that's the moment they try to involve volunteers or other people. So, and for the domestic care, and that we have buurtdiensten that's paid for by the county. So, and buurtdiensten and Buurtzorg are working together on a patient level. So when they think that it's necessary to coordinate, or because it can be very useful to use the information of this caregiver who's doing this domestic care, because he's there for 2 or 3 hours. So she has a good, so they use their different information. And it's in places we have now 80 or 90 teams with buurtdiensten. They work on the same principles, so they're lower educated, but also 10 to 12 caregivers. They're doing their planning also themselves, and they get support from a coordinator. So, it's not only higher educated nurses who can work this way, but I think everyone can work this way. And if I have the microphone, about this arguing, I know this team of his sister. No, they had some trouble with personnel, and I didn't say it was easy. I think it's not easy, but I think we are skilled to handle this arguing. And what we try to do, because I agree on that's a risk to spend a lot of time in things which are not useful. So what we did from the start was to support the teams with a solution-driven method. So we said you can have meetings for hours, bottles of wine. But I think you should focus on the solution. So what we do, and I'm going to show tomorrow some examples how teams does it and how they are supported. So if you, for example, if there is some kind of conflict in a team, then also try to find a solution, not try to find who's guilty, because a lot of people try to find the one who's guilty, and then a lot of time is spoiled on unnecessary things. So solution-driven, and teams have to learn it. So what you see is that you can't address it to another level. So you have to solve it yourself. And after solving a few of these problems, you see that the level of solving things is growing. So I think that the team where you've been, I think they were not, we didn't select them because they were so special. But I think they were, are working for 5 years, these teams, and they experienced all these difficult periods, all these struggles. And it is also a fact that sometimes nurses can't work in these teams. So then I think it's better to pull the conclusion that it's better to find another working place than stay.
I think if I could add to that, you know, it's all about relationships. And so in anything you do, and so often when you have a team, whether it's a team, for example, I have a team within AARP that is handpicked or that you're brought into. Oftentimes, personalities of the individuals or how people will get along with each other aren't necessarily taken into account. Often, hiring managers are looking at the skills first, and you know, what's your education? What are your skills? What can you do to move this organization forward? And they're not also thinking about how will this person work well with the other teammates that are here, for example. What I saw in Buurtzorg is these are self-made teams. These are people who are naturally coming together. Most of them have already had relationships with each other. And so it's working already because it's not like there's one manager over here that's hand-picking all of these people. What it is, it's this group self-making, and they have those relationships. And so they're able to be successful because they already know each other and they can work together and they respect each other. And that's not to say that there aren't, issues, personality issues, but when you're working together so closely, you almost become more than a team. You become sort of like a family. And one of the teams that I was talking to, like I said, they go out for drinks. That's how they bond. And the teams find ways to bond with each other, and that's just as important because they can provide that quality care because they feel like a unit. So I think that's the difference in the Buurtzorg model.
I think we'll need to move on, but is there another question, Fabiana, from? Yes, Rochester, and then maybe we'll take one more question.
All right, Rochester is asking, how does Buurtzorg improve patient involvement in healthcare directives?
Healthcare directives, meaning like end of life?
That's the question I got. Do you want me to clarify that with them?
Well, I think what you're saying is, or what the person who's asking the question is asking is, how do the nurses work with the patients to develop those advanced directives? Is that right?
It sounds like it, yes.
Sort of, how do they plan together? How do they seek the patient input? I don't know how what you would say, but I would say just from the one observation that I had, okay, so it was one, but still it was really good. It was, they have that relationship. They're having that daily conversation, and it's something that is a natural part of what they do, is because what they're focused on is the patient's wants and needs. And that's different than, okay, here it says in the chart, this is the medical item or care that needs to be delivered, and then off they go. It's, okay, here's the medical care that needs to be delivered. And, oh, by the way, what do you want? How are you doing? What do you need? What's not being delivered? How do you want this done? And, how do you see the future, evolving? So I would think if advanced directive planning is part of the culture there, they're naturally able to have those conversations, again, going back to the fact that they have the relationship. And that's key. And here we are so compartmentalized because we pay per service, that we're almost prevented from having those conversations. The death panels that were discussed during the debate around healthcare reform, that was all about paying the provider to have the conversation about developing an advanced directive. And the Buurtzorg nurses can have that conversation and not, worry about politics or being paid separately to have the conversation.
I have a really good example of that, too. We went to visit an elderly couple, and after the nurse was done with doing, I asked the couple, I said, are you happy with the care you're getting? And they're like, yes, yes, we are, but we know that we're going to have to move on to something else soon. So they already knew that that planning, it felt like that planning had already been talked about, that they'd already been discussing that. And that was just okay.
And that's important.
Great.
So-
One more question. Is there somebody that's burning with a question in the back? Is that Teddy Potter? I see Teddy Potter back here.
Thank you so much. A lot of what you're describing I've seen implemented in hospice and home care over the years. So the philosophy is not new in some respects. I think the infrastructure is new, and some of the IT is new, and some of the smaller communities working together is new, but the philosophy of nurse-driven models is not new. So I'm wondering if this philosophy has been brought into the hospitals over in the Netherlands.
There's been conversations, Jos.
You want to speak from here, Joost? You could. This microphone a little easier here. Come here. Capture you.
I'm just not used to these directions, but no, it's we have now a discussion with a lot of organizations, also with hospitals. So I give a lot of lectures to hospitals. So what you see now is that also the boards of the hospitals are thinking, shouldn't we change our way of organizing? But it's also happening in schools, and I also advise the police. So what you see is that in every place where the relationship between the professional and the environment is most important, then you should think about the consequences of how to organize it. So the context-driven way of organizing has become a very important discussion in Holland, and in every field. So I even advise banks now, and I think that's very necessary.
Thank you. Round of applause for our... Okay, now we move on to Culling the Wisdom. And this is an iteration of 124 with a report out so that we can capture it with our graphic illustration. So this is the challenge to you. Based on what you've heard this morning, what are some lessons that you are taking away? What are some action steps that you will engage in? What else do you want to know about the Buurtzorg model? And for those of you who don't know, Buurtzorg means neighborhood, right? That's the Dutch word for neighborhood and neighborhood care. Okay. And so we will give you about a minute and a half to do a personal reflection in response to that question. And we will then ask you to engage in a dialogue with a second person. So we go from a ones to a twosie to a foursy. And after you've done your foursy, once you're in a group of four, if you could identify someone who would be the reporter for the group, who will share what the lessons are. And they can come up to the podium and share so that we can capture them both on the tape as well as with the graphic illustration. So 124 Wisdom Culling is what this is called, 124. So ready, set, get out my trusty timer, go. One, silently first to yourself. going. They're going. What's the next? I don't want the remote site. Well, the remote site's.
Do you want to screen up for your PowerPoint slide?
Yeah, maybe do this. What? So what? Now what?
So I will bring it down and have your slide up.
Perfect.
If you want anything else, just let us know. You can punch up the remote site anytime.
Okay.
Also, the remote site does not have to be on the screen to hear the audio. Just let him know. And just, you don't have to have the video and the audio. You can just have the audio.
Okay.
For example.
All right.
But email any questions to me really well.
Yeah, that worked pretty good.
The other part of the audio is you can call out to them and say, do you have any questions? They probably don't. Probably ask a question or something. So however you want to handle it.
All right. Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll say.
It's 11:24. Well, there's a 4. I think I'll give him another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes and we'll start our report outs. Okay, because we're running a little bit short on time, rather than have people come up here to report out, we have two very accomplished microphone runners on the right and on the left. And so if people could just do a little bit of popcorn, your representative from your group, we will bring a microphone to you in terms of what are your takeaway lessons, what wisdom did you glean from this morning. So who's ever ready, just go right on first.
What we decided our takeaways was the weekly meetings to stay connected. That is something that we already do, but it really helped us, hearing how they do it makes us realize, oh yeah, we are doing a good thing, so we really like that. And then working with the idea of outcome-based decisions helps when we're trying to make decisions about our policies or what we want to do. If we keep focusing on the outcome of it, instead of like all the other things that get kind of muddled into it, that we could probably come to a decision a lot quicker and like shorten our meetings, and that would be great.
We spoke about the interface between education and practice, and I'm a nurse educator, and so we looked at how do we bring the philosophies of this great nursing network that you have in the neighborhood to education, but then look at working with our practice partners and how we change our educational system to meet that need, and also looking at what our patients' needs are as well. I have to say that I loved every conversation had to do with coffee. I'm on it, and I'm going to be there in terms of that. But I think that was another thing, that what it was a relationship building process. And sitting down over a cup of coffee with a patient, with a student, whatever it might be, can change an environment and make it look at something that's very holistic. Because we brought about the terminology of holistic as well, and truly being holistic versus just using the word.
The lessons that we learned were to be solution-driven, to focus on relationships, to have trust, to start with the motives, to make sure that the form that you build supports the functionality that you want, and to keep it simple.
Rochester or St. Cloud? Rochester or St. Cloud, you have lessons learned?
For St. Cloud, we have, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Some of our takeaways were provides for a more independent practice, and it's more autonomous. It shows that the can trust nurses more to determine the client needs rather than regulators determining the client's needs, and providing better continuity of care. And one little thing that we would like in St. Cloud would be, it would be nice to have a workshop portion in St. Cloud or some rural area where access to care is really limited, and something like this would be really useful.
Rochester? Okay, other groups from here? Takeaway, raise your hand so you get a microphone.
Hi, I think to capitalize on just one key theme to wrap all this up, this word trust comes up again. And so here's my summary, and see if folks agree. It's all about trusting in the power of personalizing connections. Those connections are between patients, nurses, the extended care team, and the community.
Nice. Is there somebody on this side? No? One in the back?
I think our takeaway too is pretty simple, and it's all about everything about this model is why we all went into nursing in the first place. This is nursing. This is what nursing is, and so It's all about, the message is, it can be done, it has been done, and so how do we have the courage to really get it done?
Courage. Oh, Rochester now has a report. Okay, Rochester.
Okay, now I hope you can hear us. Our takeaway really was that the U.S. system of healthcare, or maybe the lack of a system, really rewards us or is based on not doing things wrong, and that we really need the hierarchy and the bureaucracy to kind of be changed or dismantled or something, so that we can move forward with the innovation. And that to truly get to the goal of patients being the leaders of their care, which our group felt was the ultimate goal and the right thing, that we need to break through a lot of barriers.
Great, thank you. For those who haven't shared and for those that have, if you could take a moment to write those summary comments and turn them into Andrea. Andrea, raise your hand. That we would capture that wisdom and add it to our graphic illustration, which will be available on the website along with the videotapes in regards to today. So, wow, another wisdom dialogue. Diane wanted me to say that if you're planning on coming to the workshop tomorrow, I don't know if you paid attention to the weather, but it's supposed to snow and be snowing for a very long time, so you might want to start early to come to the workshop tomorrow. And I just want to put in a plug before Mary Jo closes. Our third wisdom dialogue we are planning for September. It probably will be around the third week in September. Our wisdom dialogue thought leader at that point in time will be Janine Rivet. And she's going to talk about how to climb the ladder of success without getting dizzy or falling off. And because of her experience and work with United Health, I'm sure she will have a lot of wisdom lessons to share. So we encourage you to pay attention to our website, both the Center for Spirituality and Healing and the Densford Center website. And now that we've got your email address, you will be hearing from us in terms of future offerings of our joint ventures here. So, Mary Jo.
Well, just a few closing comments before we send you off. First, thank you all for being here. Special thank you to Jos for coming back from the Netherlands. He's becoming a regular visitor here, and we like that very much. Special thanks to Dan for his facilitation this morning, for the fishbowl participants, for Al and Marty. They always do such a great job with sound and light, and so we're very grateful for that. For Cheryl for the graphic facilitation. And I thanked at the beginning the planning committee, but I really want to highlight the role of the volunteers and helping to organize this. And in particular, I want to highlight also one of our student workers, Andrea Moen, who raised her hand before. Andrea, many of you got notes from Andrea, so she did just a very masterful job of keeping us all organized around this. Please do be sure to fill out your evaluation forms and drop them off at the table outside, and then you can also pick up your certificate of attendance today. So the weather forecast, actually, Dan, is improved. And so I'll just, be the weather woman and comment on that. While there is a 100% chance of snow, it's only 2 inches. Now, that is not going to be enough to deter us at all. I think the advice of sort of leaving early is still good advice, but don't worry too much about the snow. Thank you.